Okay, on to the dessert tier list. So, in S tier, starting off strong, I got cheesecake. I mean, what else can I say? You have a right slice of cheesecake, everything in the world is right, I'm telling you. Especially the ones at Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is literally my favorite restaurant of all time. I go there for my birthday. Every single year, I go every time I get the chance. But the original cheesecake there is really good. And they have the Cinnabon flavored one, which is absolutely incredible. Try it if you haven't already. And there's this one, it's like lemon raspberry, I think. Yeah, cheesecake is so, so good. If you get it right. If you get it right, because some people they do it sloppy, but I love a good slice of cheesecake, and so we're starting off strong. Then next up we got brownies. I love a good brownie. I really do, when it has just the right amount of like that fudginess to it, that chocolate to it, especially if it's like a triple chocolate. Yeah, there is such a thing as too much chocolate in brownies, I will say that. Most of the time, people get it right. They get it right. Like I say, if you put nuts in a brownie, walnuts, almonds, any kind of thing of that, and you give it to me, why would you do that to me? You know, the juxtaposition of the textures, it's not it. It doesn't belong. Give me a regular brownie. Don't overcomplicate it. And, you know, we'll keep it going. And especially those good Ghirardelli, you know, ones you can make at home. Yeah, brownies are go-to, I'm sorry. Next up, we got donuts. So my donut of choice, I love a good chocolate sprinkled donut. That's typically my favorite. You can't go wrong with the glazed. Sometimes they get a jelly donut, sometimes. And most of the time, chocolate sprinkles where it's at. I love me a good Krispy Kreme or a local donut shop. Most of the time, they can't do no wrong. I hate a stale donut. I really do. And, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, 9 times out of 10, they're going to miss with the donut. It is what it is. So we got cookies. I mean, what else can I say? A good chocolate chip cookie. Oh my God. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. I don't get how people don't like chocolate chip cookies. This is something I've learned recently. And I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't. And I love a good sugar cookie as well. Like Nestle Toll House, the sugar cookies they have there are actually outstanding. Yeah. You can make a good cookie at home. The ones that you can get from the store with the icing on it, it's not on this list, but those are really good. Next up, we got ice cream. My favorite kind of ice cream, I talked about this yesterday, strawberry and chocolate chip cookie dough are like my top two. And I have an ice cream tier list that you guys can check out. I'll link it below. And then next up, I think this is basically just like chocolate chip cookie dough, like the kind you can kind of buy that's like cooked or whatever. I think that's what this is, something chocolate chip cookie dough adjacent. So I decided to put an S tier because, you know, I'm nothing if not consistent. A tier. So I got Rice Krispie treats. You know, I feel like they've grown on me. I used to not care for them too much, but I like a good Rice Krispie treat. I hate when they're stale. It really bothers me. Then we got pie. I love a good apple pie. You know, that's what I'm considering this to be. And so, yeah, apple pie is going to hit every single time. So we love it. We love it, especially whenever it's hot and you have vanilla ice cream on top of that. Yep. Next up, I think this is just shaved ice, and I really like it. You know, it's iconic. Churros, I didn't have a churro until like the past year or two, but churros are absolutely excellent. You know, I have a sweet tooth, and they're going to hit every single time. A good cinnamon roll, oh my God. I love cinnamon rolls. I really, really do. You go to a Cinnabon, it's going to hit. It's going to hit. You make them at home, it's going to hit. You go and you get a cinnamon roll, it's just icing on the cake. It's just icing on the cake. I love a good cinnamon roll. And, you know, what a moment. Next up, we got B tier. So I'm pretty sure this is a banana split. Sometimes I can have a banana split. I don't like nuts and things, so, you know, get that away from me. I'm not big on whipped cream either. Sometimes. Next up, I think these are like fudge bars, and I like them. I think I've had one or two. And then I think this is just a regular slice of cake. I'm not big on cake. Sometimes I have cake, but not all the time. Like for my birthday, I wouldn't ask for a cake. I would rather have a cheesecake instead, but that's just me. But yeah, sometimes, a lot of times they put too much icing on it. And you know what's bad when I'm saying something is too sweet, because I have a major sweet tooth. And a lot of times when people tell me, oh, this is really sweet, yeah, it's just sweet for you. For me, if I have to say something is sweet, like they really want overkill. But yeah, sometimes. Next up, we got pumpkin pie. Sometimes. And then it's a cupcake. So I think it's a red velvet cupcake. I don't know if they're just talking about cupcakes in general. Sometimes, but if it's red velvet, I'll probably move it down to C tier. And then C tier, we got red velvet cake. Overrated. I don't get the hype. It's not horrible. It's not outstanding. I don't get the hype. S'mores, I'm not really big on s'mores. I'm not big on marshmallows, as I've already discussed. So, you know, there's that. And then I think this is birthday cake. Sometimes not the biggest proponent of it. I'm not really necessarily against it. And then popsicles. I love a good popsicle, especially those banana popsicles that you can get at the store. Yeah, it's gonna hit. And then it's just a bunch of candy. And it's not like a specific kind of candy. So I just put it in C tier because I saw some ones that I liked. I saw some ones that I didn't. And I have a candy tier, so I'll link below. Next up, I don't remember what this is called, but I think it looks good. And then we have crepes. I like a good crepe every now and then. I'd rather take a pancake or a waffle, but you know, crepes never hurt nobody. And then next up, I think it's ice cream cake. I have rarely had ice cream cake in life, but when I do, it's good. But it's just not something I happen to get a lot of times. And then I think this is frozen yogurt. Sometimes, sometimes not the biggest proponent of it, but I'm not against it. You know, I take ice cream over it, you know. Now we're in D tier. Macaroons, I don't really like them. It wasn't for me. Then I believe this is a cannoli. I don't remember the last time I had a cannoli. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I don't know. So I just had to set it here by default. The next thing, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. It might be a carrot cake of some sort. Maybe it's a tiramisu of some sort. Either way, I'm against it. I don't like carrot cake. And, you know, you like carrot cake, get away from me. And then chocolate covered pretzels, no. If I'm gonna have a pretzel, I want it to be a regular pretzel. I get an Auntie Anne's. This is just it's a shot for me. I don't like the juxtaposition of it. And then I don't know what this last thing is. It might be a chocolate mousse. I don't like chocolate mousse. A lot of times it just doesn't taste right. You know, it doesn't have the sweetness that I want, and just it's not really for me. So yeah, that is the dessert tier list I was able to find. Honorable mention to those Blue Bunny, I think strawberry shortcake bars. I love those. Those are some of my favorite desserts to have. And yeah, if I can think of any other desserts I love, I'll leave it down below in the comments. But this is fun to do. This is fun to do. If you have any other tier lists you want me to do, food based or not, then let me know down below in the comments so we can continue this. But thank you for the suggestion, and I just finally found one that worked.